Which type of housing do you prefer? Single family house, condo, townhouse, RV vehicle? What about apartment? What about a shared apartment? Is that not an option? Is that not an option? Morning, everybody. It's Camo Dave's show. Hey, got a new one here from Second Chance Hiker there. Very interesting video here. And a shout out to you-know-who me. That's right. I said a while back that you can always tell whether somebody's living in their car because of the way the car looks. There it is. And we see quite a few nomads, especially those claiming to live in their cars, whose cars are pristine, they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, there's no junk in the back. You know those people are probably pretending to live in their cars, and they are just, anyway, they're just like pretending, yeah. But when you see somebody like Second Chance Hiker there, and I think Black Bigelow too, Lamont, you see their vehicles, and you see how cluttered they are and full of whatever. Now, I guess somebody could be really super neat, and but yeah, you can definitely tell he lives in his car. I think, yeah, Jake McCullum there in Los Angeles, I think he lives in his car too, at least most of the time. Again, now, somebody probably takes a night or two out for a hotel or something, or maybe a friend's couch, but the Second Chance Hiker is definitely authentic. And now, again, how long he is, living in his Jeep, does he live in it all the time, or, for extended periods or whatever, but anyway. Good stuff. Thank you for the shout out. Good channel because he gets into a lot of the whole issues about, all his various, the mental stuff. This, a lot of this stuff is a lot of the stuff of being a nomad and why you're a nomad and why you're out hiking and why you're doing that is to make your life different, to change your life. And a lot of it is dealing with what's up here, and it's a good channel there. So check out Second Chance Hiker. I want to thank Kevin there from 30 and a Wake Up for being on my my evening call-in show live chat last night. Every Saturday, it's Saturday at 7 p.m. we do a live chat, and Kevin was on there. He said that he has now gotten into Thailand. He's the guy who had the beautiful, I don't know, Winnebago, whatever you call it. He got a couple beautiful vans that he was traveling around in. Sold those, and then he got on an airplane and went to Hawaii. And he was there in Hawaii for a month or some weeks, I don't know. And then he said that he wanted to go to Thailand. He was waiting on the approvals to get to Thailand because you got to get approvals. And he finally got the approval. So now he's been doing some live chats there from Thailand, Bangkok. And then he told us last night on my chat that he is planning, once he has to sit through quarantine for 14 days or whatever, then he is going to get on a bike, a motorcycle, and drive all over Thailand. So that should be some interesting stuff. We're also seeing Rosie O'Kelly, a.k.a. Rosie Murphy there down in Acapulco. It's nice to see some folks in some interesting places. Again, neither of these people are really living in their vans at the moment, or they're basically, travelers, but it is interesting to see them. Once Kevin gets out on the road in Thailand, and we got Rosie O'Kelly down in Acapulco, and we always got Snow and Kurt down there they're in Costa Rica right now doing some really amazing traveling. So those are three really cool channels to watch right now. So if you're tired of circling Arizona, we do see quite a few nomads here in our little group that we cover heading north now. Wisconsin, up into Upper Peninsula, Michigan. There's supposed to be a schoolie meetup up there, so we're seeing quite a few people up in that range right now. So we got Morgan heading west, Arkansas. Who knows where she's going from there? I don't know. Doing here from Wonderhussy, Sarah there. She is leads off with a little talk to her viewers there about some health scares that she's had. But she says everything is cool. Everything is good. Okay, so she has to go back every now and then to be checked out. But she said right now everything is great. She's fine. She wanted everyone to know that because, sometimes people put their health information in the videos and then they don't necessarily update it later and people kind of wonder, well, whatever happened with that? I don't know. So we get a tour here again of Sarah and her sister they bought a house there in the wild primitive zone known as Death Valley. Now, I honestly, hey, she says she's getting the cable turned on, okay? So she can watch, HBO and Showtime and I'm like, that can't be that primitive, all right? They got running water, they got electricity, they got air conditioning, they got cable TV. So, how far out in the wilds are they really? Come on, I mean, it's the Death Valley zip code, but it looks like a pretty established area. If you can get cable TV where you're living, you're not out in the wild. That's all I'm saying. So, anyway. But it is, there's the outside there. It's got a fence around it. And it's probably going to be, as they say in England, bloody hot. Can't do this. Dave 2D popped back up again yesterday with a 2-hour live stream. More painting from him. So anyway. I don't know. Again, we keep saying this. It would be nice if he, did some work on his house up there in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan, or did some traveling around there. But he doesn't seem to want to do that. I don't know, man. We had a new one from Lori's Way there. There it is. Starting all over again. We're working on the van. She is back up in Wisconsin now. She was also on our live chat. You ought to watch, especially the Saturday night live chat there, the call-in show. We had, I think she was, she was in the chat, and she said she's back up in Wisconsin there, La Crosse, I think it is, with some family stuff, which she does every summer, so that's that. And then, of course, when the cooler weather, when the fall comes, everybody, makes that. It's like a giant electromagnet there in Quartzsite. Zzz. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, so she is doing okay there. So we got a brand new one there from Hobo Shoestring. A real cool railroad tunnel there, taking an exploration of that. So it's nice to see Mr. Mark there back on the road, back on the rails at least, doing some touristy stuff. He's had a few health encumbrances, and this is pretty cool, an old railroad tunnel through the rocks there. So that's pretty neat. That's pretty cool. You just don't want a train to be coming through while you're walking through there. That'd be kind of scary. I don't know, man. So check it out. And, of course, a really cool railroad museum-y thing here. So, we're waiting for him to get really seriously back on the road, and I don't know. One of these days, maybe that'll happen. Rails, whatever. My basic journey here, stressful days of van life. Wow, losing your ID isn't good. Staying at overpriced hotels. What hotel isn't overpriced now in retreating to nature? It is true. She said she can get her work done. You go to a hotel, you pay the overpriced, you pay the high price, and you get kind of okay Wi-Fi, and you do some work, and you get your work done. She's in Washington State. I think she said the Aberdeen area. But she needs to just get away from it all now and then. And then we're looking at her van there. Look at the dog. And of course, her van is not particularly neat, which means she probably lives a good amount of the time in the van. You can always tell that by how neat the van is. If it looks like it's lived in, it's probably been lived in. But she does want to, get out to some parks there and just clear her head of all that crazy life, right? Anyway, so get away from the stress and get out there. That's what Camo Dave says. You don't have to go far. You really don't. The one thing that I noticed when I was in Northern Virginia, there's a county called Fairfax County where we lived, and that was just west of D.C. And you're literally 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes from D.C., the hustle and bustle of the city. And the county is very urban with a lot of, over 1 million people. But there are so many places just right in the county where you can go out, and it looks like this. It really does look like this, and you can get away from stuff. You don't have to go far to get out to nature, really. In a lot of places, it's surprisingly close. People think, I got to drive all the way cross country over there to Arizona. No, you can probably find some really cool natural hikes and stuff within an hour's drive from where you live, almost always. I guarantee that. So, Unless you live in New Jersey. No, even New Jersey. Go to the Pine Barrens. Yeah, that's a pretty cool place to hike. We got a little Boit, bottom of YouTube update here. DC Parodies apparently got a video taken down by somebody connected to ELVIS. I don't know, man. Anyway, he is apparently DC Parodies has started up a Rumble channel so that they can, if something gets taken down from YouTube, you just go post it on Cocoscope or Rumble or somewhere else and BitChute. I don't know. A lot of people are going to Rumble these days. I don't know. It's interesting. So we'll see it. Check it out. This is Rumble DC Parodies. I still think there's some connection of this channel to Derek. I just do. They use so much of his material and he doesn't seem to care. He's I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of the great mysteries. We'll figure it out one of these days. All right, folks, that ought to do our little update show for Sunday, the 18th. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see you around. Vlog under.